Okay, time to watch a solo run. Okay, so I say this a lot, and it'll be repetitive. To anyone who's ever gotten a Catacombs coaching from me, but you should just always try to stonk it on the side. You usually have time, and even if you drink a potion. But it just helps you. You can save like a second if you set up yourself in the side so you can go in instantly, and you can see the first room and you can react better. Okay, so something that I like to do a lot in solo runs is to just, for first rooms like Cobble Wall Pillar, where going to the left or to the right is just going to lose time. You can just ignore it, because you know you're going to have to come back here to Cobble Wall Pillar so that you can exit, because Cobble Wall is a 4-door. So if you go up here and clear, and then go down here and clear, you're just going to get all of the mobs by the time you leave the room. I would have also recommended going up and doing those clears instead of blood rushing now, but you might be doing blood open, and then that's fine. Yeah, but here in pit, I would recommend going like a zigzag. You start your entrance, you can go from that side, it's going to be right, and then across, and then diagonal, and across, and diagonal. And that'll get all of the mobs for you. From the other side, it's the same thing. You just have to do a straight line here, because there's 2 sets of mobs here, and only 1 over here. Yeah, again, for a normal solo player, definitely do literally all of these splits before you even think about blood rushing. Diagonal, I think from the side that you were on, I actually really like the mid-clear. It works really, really well. I think you were on the right side, yeah. So if you just head straight into this opening here, and go down for the secret, and then do your Pearl Ether Warp up like normal, you can grab the mini while he's going around, and that works really, really well. So with this room, I also kind of have like a little mini mid-clear thing I do. Because if you go through and you clear all the mobs that are out here, and then you head over to this secret, you can hype the ground next to this secret and get the last little skeleton sniper that spawns over here. And that works pretty well. If you have a key or something, it's a little worse, but yeah, he should definitely do a lot more clearing before he does his blood rush. So, Light, the person who sent me this video, just swap stonk with a different item. So you could use probably your pearls, or I think that's probably a Bonzo over in your 8 slot. It should be actually, the Bonzo might still work. I'd stomp with your pearls. That way you don't deal with this sheep and it's not blocking your vision a lot. So in diagonal, it's a good idea that you did go this way, over to the right, because otherwise you're going to have to backtrack here. You could have also just skipped these 2. But when you're down here doing this secret in diagonal, there's a Pearl Ether Warp like right up here. If you put your back to the chest and you Pearl Ether Warp, I believe it's this block, you can get out really easily and you'll be up to the top secret. It'll save you like 2 or 3 seconds here. Oh, it's a tad closer? Okay. It's hard to tell when it's not the angle I'm used to. Down here in pit, there is a Pearl Ether Warp out of this bottom secret. It's small time save, but if you put yourself in this corner, I believe it's right here, you can look up, and it's a pretty steep angle right about there. Is probably where you're going to be looking. And you can do a Pearl Ether Warp that works every time. So here you open the chest. You can just click with your term, or you can shift click every time, and that will help you a lot because the chest will close. It won't open. You can just keep flowing through your movement. You don't get interrupted. Because like here, if you don't close the chest, you can just already be holding S and backing away. If you open the chest, you'll hold S, not move anywhere for like half a second, realize the chest is open, then have to close the menu. I like to mid-clear Redstone Crypt, so instead of going around the outside and killing all of these mobs first, you could just start by killing the mobs next to you, blowing up this wall, or stalking it, which I think is better, grabbing this chest and grabbing the redstone key over to your left. And then killing the mobs back behind the redstone crypt, over here, as you walk around and stalking this lever from the side. And then going up for this one. You get the lever first so that way the door opens and you're not waiting for its animation. And for grabbing keys and placing keys, you can actually just left click. That way you don't have any chance of teleporting or using an item ability or anything. I usually just mine the block. That works really well for me. Since you did place the key first, this is open. You can see up here there's no redstone blocks. So you can just Ether Warp onto this slab and then look down and grab the block. You're on Forge, so I would recommend getting a /pet keybind with Skytills so you can open your pet menu faster. Or just getting a fishing rod in your inventory. That actually works really well, even if it's not in your hotbar. You definitely don't need to pre-stonk it. If you just walk into the room, step on the pressure plates, and then stonk it, that works better. It's a little bit faster since you don't have to do this little bit of like a 5-block backtrack. So what I like to do, or I used to do, is I would walk into the room, I would put on my silverfish, I would rock back and forth on the pressure plates until it opened and started bomb, and then I would swap back to cat and then make my ghost pick. That way I could break these blocks, still have a ghost pick, and get through this a lot easier. But since your speed is so low, you're going to struggle anyways. You also have the option, if you can get more speed, so you're actually lined up really well for right here. If you push yourself up against this block and do a walk jump instead of a sprint, you will just clip straight through these bars. These second bars are going to kind of be the same thing. If you can get more speed, you can clip off of these blocks here in the middle, and you can just slide off of them, and you'll get through this gap. And I know it doesn't really matter, but you only technically need one of the bomb chests for it to clear the room, but you probably need blessings since it seems like you're fairly low kata. You definitely didn't get the mini there. I would prioritize getting that mini because he does some moving. And I would completely skip this top secret in market. It took you like 6 or 7 seconds there. If you're going to do it, you need to tack it because then that's 3 seconds and that's still on the edge of the limit. And here in market, by the way, there's no reason to go up here. If this stonk was longer, I might be able to agree with you, but like if you ether warp to this stair right here, you can break one block, either this one or the one slightly to the right of it, and you can just grab the chest. That's a lot easier. It's also a really slow exit. Like honestly, if you're going to go up there, which you shouldn't anyways, it's probably faster to walk out anyways. Stonking isn't always faster. So when you're coming down from this secret then, I would finish the room. So I would grab the bottom secret here in market and that crypt since you only have one crypt right now. I'd grab the bottom secret and then go over for the essence over here. And then do that split. Good, mid-clear painting. This doesn't matter much. I like to skip the second painting secret. It's pretty slow. And there's definitely faster secrets you can get. But if you're in Party Finder, I don't think it's the worst choice. Also, so mid-clear wizard, great route. I love doing it. It works very well. Except you started on the bottom side, and there's a split up here. So what I would have done is I would have tried to clear a majority of wizard, maybe leaving these 2 little pods over here, and making sure to clear all the mobs in the middle, because they will wander up the stairs, and then just done this split. Because when you backtrack, you'll be in a right spot to grab the item drop, and then you can finish the route and end with killing the mobs at the bottom. If you aim to the right, like a block, for these 2 over here, you can just walk to the right a little bit and only stonk 2 blocks. Just a little bit easier. I think that fence is a lot slower. I've had people argue with me about this, and I've timed myself. I know I'm slower at the fence. But if you either walk to the left, over this way, or around this corner, you can either work through a gap over here and get straight to the last secret. Yeah, still shift-click chests. Like, it just makes movement so much easier and it flows a lot better for you. So always mid-clear altar. There's just not a reason to not mid-clear altar. Yeah, so if you grab the item pickup right here, you can ether warp up to this chest and then right back down for the next group of mobs. It takes like half a second, and no mobs will hide in that time. And then there's also no backtracking to grab those secrets later at weird angles. And then from here, you actually look at like just the right angle. You can go up very easily. Yeah, see now you're backtracking? Yeah, make sure to be aware of the map. So I would also grab that 3rd secret in altar. It is just a fast secret. 3-5 market with the secrets you got is a choice that I would probably never make. 4-5 pit is also a choice. At this point, you're on a 49 secret map. You've skipped 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 secrets. You can only skip 8 on this map. So you've already encountered that issue. And you still have trap left, and probably quite a few more secrets, so you're going to have to backtrack at this point. I tend to only skip secrets I know are slower. He might get pit. Yeah, I guess he does have to backtrack this since he blood rushed first, but still. He could S+ when he's down here in this corner. Or he could S+ when he's, like, here. So, like, 3-6 altar would have been better. 4-5 market with the right secrets would have been better. The last pit secret is fast. Mid-clearing diagonal would have been a good choice. Actually, getting the chains chest would have been a good choice. Okay, so from the bottom of Cobble Wall Pillar here, there's like 1,000 blocks you can ether warp to. Right above the second chest, over here. Yeah, up here at the top of your screen. They're just off screen, up there. But you can ether warp to any of those, and it'll save you like, what, how long? 1, 2, 3 seconds of movement? Just for that tiny change. So while you were clearing that room, I honestly probably would have left the mobs on the sides. And then when I went back, I was clearing and clear the mobs. I can watch for the hole in the ground because you don't have Mimic right now. And this room is a very common Mimic spawn. So like normally skipping the secret is fine. It's great. The secret's really slow. But because you don't have Mimic, you definitely need to check. And since this is a locked one, you don't have much of your map left. So checking this one would be a good choice. Pay attention to where the mobs are, because you actually see it for like a split second. On your left, and you clear, yeah, you can see the pit on the left here. So you know that this is the right side. I would blow this up right now and grab the lever and probably just straight up attack the bottom right now. But otherwise you can clear the other side and come back. It's not a huge deal, or do it after Boulder. And if you don't have attack, there's also a Pearl Ether up from the bottom secret. That one's pretty easy. There's a big like 5x5 cobble floor that you can just pearl through. When you walk in, there's no reason to go to the right here. You know that Quartz Knight is always going to be the top or the left. But yeah, so Quartz Knight and all long rooms, so 1x2s, 1x3s, and 1x4s, most of the time, the mini-boss or the mobs are going to be up at the top, up here, or on the left over here. There's, I think, 1 or 2 rooms where that doesn't apply, but like, even in gold, the secret is up here, or on the left. And in diagonal, the minis over here. In Quartz Knight, the minis over here. In Pit, mobs are just everywhere. So I can't do anything about that. And Wizard mobs are everywhere. And yeah, Cyan, it's actually such a good trick. Because, like, if you're in the green room, and, like, over here in green, and let's say your first room is, like, mossy, and it's, like, you can tell enough that it's not vertical, and it's, like, a box mossy, you just know that you can book left, get lever, and then get the other chest. So, with this secret in Quartz Knight, I tend to have the best luck with dealing with this water by walking all the way up this corner over here, and then just hyping straight down once, swimming forward until I can't anymore, and then hyping straight down once again back here. In TP Maze, you know it's never going to be the first room. It just can't be. And so just because it's green does not mean you should go there. You should always go diagonal. That way you can flow a lot better between each of the pads. You might consider doing the slide thing, the second version part of Bomb, where you'll run up on this TP pad, stonk these 2 blocks, and then slide off against there. Yeah, you would have saved 3 teleports there. Okay, so with Quartz Knight, when you're leaving from Teleport Maze up here, I would recommend grabbing the 2 crypts that are right about here in Quartz Knight, grabbing the top 2 secrets above it, and then doing the split over here to Pedestal. Just because otherwise now you're going to have to backtrack a couple blocks, and then you won't be in as good of a spot to work your way down here. With Pedestal, one, I'd recommend doing mid-clear Pedestal, because that actually works super well. If you clear the bottom mobs here in Pedestal, all the way across, grab this chest, and then watch for the secret. You got to figure out which side this one's on, or just know it's on the bottom or right side. And then you can go down, and then there's a double ether warp right about here to get up to the top mobs. That way you don't have to go all the way up and then back down. And then you can skip the bottom secret as well and just go straight across to the other side and not have to deal with any of the mobs being in weird spots. Leaving Pedestal is really not the right choice, by the way. Especially because you need a lot more secrets. Because right now you've skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and you're about to skip 2 more. Oh, you skipped 17, sorry. And you're about to skip 2 more. And you've missed a lot of crypts. You probably finish with, like, honestly, 2-5 Pedestal, just based off of the map. You can aim a little lower. I think works a little better on that Pearl out of trap. It's not, like, a lot slower to grab that chest from the front side, but it is just faster to ether warp from here over to here, and then stonk the 2 blocks in the back of this wall for that chest. Also puts you in a better spot to come over to here. Then, so had you not skipped as many secrets as you have on this map, I would also skip this secret. This one's not the fastest. It also doesn't flow super well out of the other secrets. You need the crypt, so this one's definitely worth it right now for you. There is an ether warp out of here. It's down here, and I think up here too a little bit. But if you line it up right, you can ether warp once to, I believe it's this block, then you can ether warp again and get all the way up top. It works very well. So he does just have Force Paul on. So since this is technically Paul, I guess, even though your better map doesn't think it's Paul, the secrets you skipped are more alright. Paul solo clears are iffy. but like better map usually updates. Still kind of applies. So getting the crypts here in Quartz Night still would have been a lot better because those still count for more than just secrets. Had you gotten those crypts, the Mimic over here, and another crypt probably in Market, you would have +5 score, and you could skip a decent amount of more secrets. I would still 3-6 altar, because that room's fast. I would probably end up doing 3-4 in Wizard. I would probably 0-2 over here in Chains, and 2-4 Diagonal. 5-5 Pit is still better. 4-5, maybe 3-5 Market, skipping the bottom and the top ones. Skipping Crisscross is more fine now, since during Paul you just kinda say YOLO and skip everything constantly. 6-7 skipping the item drop. Yeah, like in a normal solo run, I do get the Mimic, but Crisscross is a pretty slow secret, because you have to, even if you tack it, it's like 3 seconds or more, because you have to blow up the crypt, grab the lever and everything. And on not super good movement, that might not go quite as well. Oh, Redstone Crypt. Okay, yeah, you still 3-3 that. Very fast room. Yeah, in a normal solo run, you definitely get both secrets from Chains, and the one for Chains is just on the right of that spot you went to, just down a block. And in Paul, I just 0-2 Chains any day of the week.